Hi guys, this is Gadgetman 404 and I'm using my Eachine VT, I think it's the 03, which is the one with no camera. It's just like the board and the aerial, which is a whip antenna. I had the TX03, which is an all-in-one transmitter, and it was a cloverleaf. I was getting at least 500 meters out of that, but the cloverleaf broke. Tried to get some whip antennas, which I did, but I got the wrong style. Instead of the cable being coated in wire, which you solder to the ports of the camera, mine was actually, it was coated in like a solder, so you only had to heat up a little bit and it would just melt off, so it didn't really work. But it cost me like £1 for 10, so you know, nothing ventured, nothing gained. I'm using the G-Tang T909, the lime green FPV monitor watch, which I believe is a 40 channel. I've modded mine by taking out the internal battery and putting the wires from the battery through the side of where the charging port was, soldering a JST connected to it, and now I can use 850 milliamps or 1000 milliamps as long as it's a 1S battery. And the transmitter I'm using, or the board camera should I say, it's just a generic, it just says high def board camera and it works with the transmitter. I've got another transmitter which is a 600 milliamp. This maximum output on this one is up to 200 milliamps, and it works fine, but I can't get the camera to work with my 600 milliamp because the wires of the harness for the 600 milliamp are different colours to the harness that I'm using with from the VTX, the Eachine VTX 03. So if anyone knows how to wire that up so I can get that to work, that would be great. I'm thinking of trying another few things to get that to work, and then hopefully that'll be great. Now, from where I took off from to the trees that you just saw was around about 500 meters, and that is at 200 milliamps. And then I started to get crackle, so I thought I won't go any further because I'm losing picture. I can still see it line of sight. I was under 400 feet high. I could still see it line of sight, but I was about 500, my app says I was about 500 meters away, so I'm assuming that's how far I was. Purpose of this flight was just to testing out my FPV setup, trying to get good range and making sure that while I'm going far, my battery isn't going to run out on either the monitor or on the transmitter. I'm using a 550 1S on the video transmitter, and I'm using an 800 or a 650 milliamp 1S on my G-Tang T909 FPV monitor watch. I know it's a little screen, but I'm getting one of these Fresno lenses. I'm going to make some sort of mount for it, and then when that's over the little 2.2 inch screen, it's going to make it look like a 5-inch screen, and hopefully not going to distort it too much. Now you can just see me in that orange blob in the bottom left hand corner. Now I'm using my launch pad. I think it's made by a company called Drone Pilot. Check them out on Amazon. I'm guessing they're around about £20, but I don't know as it was a present. But one thing that you should look into is it stands about 2 foot off the floor, or even a bit higher. It's aluminium frame with a canvas top with aluminium rods sewn into it, which you can wrap around the aluminium rods when you collapse it down, and then it fits into like a nylon bag, like one of those little chairs that you go fishing with. So, and it's lightweight and it's very strong, and long grass, sand, mud, no issues, because you are a good few your feet off the floor, so you're never going to get your props caught in the long grass. Now, from these trees to where I was the second time, I'm actually not as far as when I was going to those warehouses, and yet I was losing picture at roughly this point. which is why in a few seconds I'm going to cut the video. I'm deliberately looking down to give you guys a more dramatic view of what I'm going to do. I hope you guys appreciate. I'm thinking outside the box. Instead of just looking forward, I'm trying to do different things in my videos, so you guys will appreciate that, and I hope you guys do appreciate it. And I mean, this is the Weemius action camera. It's a 4K capable, 30 frames a second. It actually also, you've got loads of mounts, handlebar mounts, you've got waterproof case, selfie stick holder, all those kind of things, loads and loads of mounts. So you can, it's great for underwater, 4K at 30 frames, 1080p at 60 frames, which is what this is filmed in, 1080p 30 frames, 720p 120 frames, and 60 frames for slow motion. 120 frames is for the slow motion. And this is filmed, sorry about that, because I'm out in the open at the moment and cars and things are going past, so I apologise for the noise. But to say it's now 7:45 or even gone 8 o'clock, the camera is really good in low light conditions. So guys, check it out. eBay, or no, Amazon. I think my wife got it off for me, and I've had it now for a good year, and it's got a little monitor on the back, and you can flip through your settings, buttons on the side. It's Wi-Fi enabled. You can download an app into your phone and your iPad, and then you can actually use it as like an FPV monitor, as long as you're keeping it within 100 meters of yourself, and then you're going to get a big iPad screen, hardly any lag, that type of thing. Really good. And as you can see, there's my launch table, or my launch pad table as I call it, because it's really wide, very stable. And check it out. I think it's on Amazon. Have a look at it. So guys, thanks for subscribing to me. I hit over 300 and it's rising gradually, so I really appreciate it. And thanks for the comments that you guys leave me. Keep leaving me comments. I enjoy what I do for you guys, and while you want me to make these videos and I still enjoy it, I will keep doing it. So Gadget Man 404 out.